Can you think of one job that you do not need communication? Whether you're an employee or employer, communication is vitally important and necessary to keep an efficient workplace. There are many instances and many reasons that communication problems occur within the workplace. Hello, I'm Callahan Baldry. Today we will be discussing communication problems within the workplace. I will begin touching on ego and attitude, followed by Kayla Alejo, who will touch on lack of motivation and lack of interest. Lastly, we will have Basala Awasanya, who will discuss cultural differences. And together we plan to try and get better insight on how these problems arise and how to solve them. According to the Psychology Dictionary, visited on January 2nd, 2020, ego can be considered as instigating authority, whereas attitude is its following reflected in behavior. Ego and attitude are one of the main problems within the workplace. Multiple reasons why ego and attitude take place are important to recognize so that the problem may be solved before it gets too big and is detrimental to the working environment and its productivity. According to EDUCBA.com, visited January 2nd, 2020, jealousy, personal problems, and bad enforcement rules are three of the major reasons for ego and attitude to occur. Based on the same website, jealousy occurs when an employee feels their skills are not ample compared to their colleagues. Another reason is personal problems. Personal problems is one's personal problems that lead into the workplace and they begin to feel overwhelmed and break out within the workplace. And lastly is bad enforcement rules. This is when an employer fosters bad attitudes by not initiating conduct rules throughout the workplace. Rainer Maria Wright once said, "Make your ego porous. Will is of little importance. Complaining is nothing. Fame is nothing. Openness, patience, receptivity, solitude is everything." This is a true statement when talking about solving ego and attitude within the workplace. Bowling and Cole, visited on December 31st, 2019, gives us good insights for solutions when trying to solve ego and attitude within the workplace. A company needs to act sooner rather than later. These problems are easier to solve when they are controlled in small forms rather than they could grow and be detrimental to the company's success. Communication is key. Employers need to hold regular conversations between managers and staff. This does not just mean talks, but to listen. Remember, when listening, difference in opinion is healthy. Encourage staff and train staff on how to discuss problems and express opinions. And lastly, be impartial. Make sure that each employee knows that they're in a safe workplace with no favoritism and have a fair chance to grow within the company. In conclusion, ego and attitude is a serious communication problem that may ruin a work environment and the productivity. But at the same time, this is also a controllable problem. Can be solved with patience and openness. Now I'd like to introduce Kayla Alejo, who will discuss lack of interest and motivation.